Have you ever seen the rise and fall of any prominent figure in American history and said to yourself, now haven't I seen this happen to someone before? Well, let me tell you that it has, numerous times, and unless we rise up together, we will have to keep facing these social injustices brought forth to us, and we will have to continue to repeat this vicious cycle of verbal, physical, mental, and emotional abuse. Let me demonstrate to you where those deja vu moments come from, dealing with prominent figures being systematically taken down in an almost mirrored fashion to an already laid down system that they use to this very day. The steps taken by District Attorney Fred Bright and several other prosecutors in the case of Reverend Dr. Malachi Kobina York run completely parallel to a case that happened in 1983. It happened in Manhattan Beach, California, titled the McMartin Trials. This trial was about a family that owned a preschool in Manhattan Beach and was also alleged to have molested over 200 children ranging from ages 2 to 14. The final number in the McMartin Trials was 208 counts of child molestation. Well, the movie Indictment was created to depict the series of events that took place in that trial. This particular trial/movie runs absolutely side by side with the Malachi Kobina York case. Don't think so? Well, sit back and take notes as I show you just how similar these cases are to each other. In the McMartin Trials, the defendants were 5 females and 1 male. In the Malachi Kobina York case, the defendants were 3 females and 1 male. In the movie, the police chief gathered and stirred up false witnesses to file phony charges. In the Malachi Kobina York case, the sheriff Howard Richard Sills also gathered and stirred up false witnesses to file phony charges. In the movie Indictment, several children had medical exams done on them and the test results came back inconclusive. In the Malachi Kobina York case, several children also had medical exams that turned out negative. In the movie Indictment, the media caused biasness within the public, making it difficult for the McMartins to have a fair trial. In the Malachi Kobina York case, the various forms of media, be it newsprint, television news, caused public prejudice against York, making it impossible to have an impartial and fair trial. In the movie Indictment, a media reporter by the name of Wayne Satz had a suspicious over-interest in the case and reported false information. In the Malachi York case, there were also media reporters with over-interest in the case that made false publications and reports dealing with this case. These people are Rob Peacher of Macon Telegraph and Bill Lazinski of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. In the movie Indictment, the female defendants had no prior criminal record whatsoever. In the Malachi York case, none of the female defendants had a criminal record either. In the movie, Ray Buckey had no prior record of felonies. In the Malachi York case, Dr. York also had no prior record as being a felon. In the movie Indictment, in the beginning, all of the defendants were denied bond. Then the females received a bond while Ray Buckey was still held in custody without bond. In the Malachi York case, all of the defendants at first were denied bond. Then all of these females were granted bond as well. Meanwhile, Dr. Malachi Kobina York was held in custody without bond. In the movie Indictment, mother and son were co-defendants. In the York case, husband and wife were co-defendants. In the movie Indictment, the state only further pursued the case for the reason of justifying expenses. In the York case, the state continued to pursue this case just to justify the expense of the illegal raid that took place on May 8th of 2002 on the 404 Shady Dale Road property and all of the trial costs. In the movie Indictment, the trial begun during an important election year, and this caused suspicions to be raised, while the husband and wife trials of Dr. York and Kathy Johnson was commenced during an important election year, also arousing suspicions. In the movie Indictment, the defendants had exactly 208 counts. In the Malachi York case, each defendant also had 208 counts. In the movie Indictment, the deputy sheriff trips defendant Peggy Buckey as he takes her out of the courtroom. In the Malachi York case, Putnam County Sheriff Howard Richard Sills tripped defendant Dr. Malachi Kobina York as he pushed him out of the courtroom. What Sills didn't realize, however, was this little incident was caught on tape. In the movie Indictment, Virginia McMartin received various awards, including those from the Chamber of Commerce. In the Malachi York case, Dr. York received various awards, including the Recognition Award from the Chamber of Commerce in Putnam County, Georgia. In the movie Indictment, the assistant DA knew it was wrong to pursue the case when going over all the evidence. In the Malachi York case, the assistant DA also knew the case should not be followed in light of the evidence, or in light of the lack of evidence, I should say. In the movie Indictment, the prosecution tried to justify the charges by making claims of the defendants living an unbelievable lifestyle. In the Malachi York case, the prosecution also tried to justify their charges by claiming that Dr. York lived an unbelievable cultural lifestyle. In the movie Indictment, the prosecution claims that their charges are justified by the interests and pyramids of the defendants. In the Malachi York case, the prosecution claimed the exact same thing by trying to justify themselves with the defendants' interest in pyramids. In the movie Indictment, Virginia McMartin was a 70-year-old elder who was very sick. In the Malachi York case, Dr. Malachi Kobina York is a very sick elder who was age 57 at the time of his arrest in 2002, and he is still in prison to this day. In the movie Indictment, Virginia received inadequate medical attention while in prison. In the Malachi Kobina York case, Dr. York has received and is currently receiving medical neglect for his angioedema in Florence ADX Supermax prison facility in Florence, Colorado. Now, if all of this is a coincidence to you, then this is the biggest one I've ever seen in my life. But I think you know just as well as I do that there has been a historical pattern implemented against prominent figures, particularly black leaders, to bring them down and their organizations down. What kind of country are we living in where there's an actual blueprint that has not been outlined but carried out to destroy any positive progress mankind makes away from their abusive system? Well, I say no more. This innocent man must be freed and all charges brought forth against him exonerated. To learn how to assist with the efforts to free Dr. Malachi Kobina York, please visit unwonline.com.